2.3.4 separating mixture of solid and camphor. So this unit is actually in this unit actually we are going to discuss how we can separate a mixture of two solids. So in most of the discussions till now we have done discussion how we can separate a mixture of solid in liquid or liquid and liquid, but this is the first time that we are discussing how to separate mixture of two solids itself, only two solid. So important thing you have to remember is, first of all, this is a mixture of two solid and we have to apply some separation technique. Point number 2 is that in order to separate a mixture of two solid, one of the solid must be volatile. This is the most important criteria. One of the solid must be volatile. If one of the solid or if none of the solid are volatile, then there is no use of this particular method. So what is volatile? In the earlier videos actually I have told you what is volatile. Volatile means those substances which are easy to convert or easy to change from solid into gas, solid into a vapor. These are called volatile. That means those substances which are very easy to change into gas, either from solid or sometimes from liquid also, are called volatile. So generally what happens, most of the solids are actually not volatile. For example, if you take salt, sugar, a piece of iron, a piece of zinc, a piece of steel, these solids are not volatile. No matter how much you heat, it will never going to change into vapor. Okay, but still there are some solids which are very easy to convert into gas. So this kind of solids are called volatile solid. So you have to remember, you have to understand very well that volatile substances are those substances which are very easy to convert into gas. Sometimes it can be solid, sometimes, and in most of the times these are liquid. So those substances which are very easy to convert into gas are called volatile substances, from liquid to gas or from solid to gas. So those solids which are actually volatile, if these kinds of solids are mixed in some other solid, then only this particular process is applicable and useful. So although there are very small number of solids which are volatile, that means which can convert into gas, but we have some solid which convert into gas easily. For example, ammonium chloride, iodine, naphthalene, camphor and kerosene are a few solids which convert into vapor or gas easily. Correct? So they are volatile solids. So these are volatile solids. Now, before moving on, there is something actually we need to discuss, and this is sublimation, because this method is actually called sublimation method. So what is sublimation? Sublimation means the process of changing of solid into vapor directly without being converting into the liquid state. That is why I have written an equation here, solid into vapor or gas, and here I have written no liquid state. That means sublimation is the process in which solid changes into vapor or gas directly without changing into the liquid state. For example, I believe most of you have seen there are some small white balls, very small white colored balls, which smells very pleasant. They have a very small, nice odor, very nice smell, which is called naphthalene. So this naphthalene is, if you keep it in a stack of like cloth for some time, say you have kept a ball of naphthalene for 1 week or say for 1 month. So after 1 month you will see that the ball of the small naphthalene is gone. It is completely vanished. correct? So this naphthalene is that kind of solid which converts into the vapor directly without changing into the liquid state. So this naphthalene is a volatile solid which gets sublimed, and the process is called sublimation. But remember one thing, in order to use the method of sublimation, the important criteria is one of the solid must be volatile. If both the solids are not volatile, there is no use of this method, because suppose you have sand mixing with salt. So if you try to use the method of sublimation in this case, you will fail, because none of the solids in this example are volatile, neither salt, neither sand. So it will all go in vain. So the criteria is one of the solid must be volatile. Let us learn about the process, how it is carried out. So this is the overall setup. It is also given in your book. You can go through your book. And here I am trying to explain how this process is carried out. So if you have any doubt after the explanation, you can please go through your book. But first of all, see here what is happening. So try to understand the setup. So as usual, we have a tripod stand over here. So this is a tripod stand. The third leg is on the other side. I cannot draw it here in a plain diagram. This is the burner. Above the tripod stand we have a net, small net, and this net is called wire gauge. So above the wire gauge we have a china dish. China dish is nothing but I think you have seen it in your homes as well. There's a cup and a plate. The plate is made out of china clay. So this particular dish is actually made of the china clay. This is called china dish. So above the china dish we have kept a funnel upside down. So this is a funnel. This is not a single structure, but this is the china dish, and above the china dish we have a inverted funnel. And this funnel, this is the opening of the funnel, and this opening we have a cotton plug. We have used a cotton plug to close this particular opening. And in the china dish we have taken a mixture of salt and camphor. We know what is camphor? Camphor is just like naphthalene, and this particular substance, the camphor, it changes directly into gas or vapor from the solid state. Okay, so here we have taken a mixture of salt and camphor. So now I just told you that in order to use this particular method, one very important criteria is one of the solid must be volatile. And in this example also we have camphor, which is volatile in nature. It sublimates, correct? So we will take a mixture of salt and camphor over here. We will keep a funnel upside down so that none of the vapor can escape. And here we have used the cotton plug. Now we will light the bulb and start the burner. So after burning the burner, after starting the burner for some time, you will see some vapor rising from this mixture, and these vapors, they will rise up to this, and since there is no other way to escape, and this vapor will condense on the walls of this funnel, correct? Since this vapor has no other way to escape, ultimately it will condense on the cooler surface or the cooler walls of the funnel. As a result, after taking out the burner, you will see that on the walls of the funnel there are some solidified white camphor, and the salt will be here. The salt will stay back in the china dish, whereas the camphor will rise as a vapor and will start condensing on the surface of the funnel. So as you know, salt is not volatile. Salt has a very high boiling point. whereas camphor has a very low boiling point, and because of this it will sublimate very quickly. It will start producing vapor. This vapor will rise up, and since the vapor has no other way to escape, it will condense on the wall, which is actually cool because this is made up of glass, and due to this cool nature of this wall, the vapor of camphor will solidify on the walls. So this is what sublimation looks like.